The semester start is coming closer and closer and you're still searching for accommodation. Somehow you don't find apartments that fit your needs. Somehow you don't get any responses back from the people you contact. That is probably because you're not fully aware of how to succeed in the German housing market. Now, I understand that this is a stressful situation, but if you put in some effort and, first and foremost, learn more about how the German housing market works, then I'm very sure that you can still find something. I'm about to share 3 essential truths in this video, and your entire housing search really depends on these. So make sure to stick around. But first, let's catch up on where you should search, and I recommend you really watch every single minute of this video to make the best out of your search. I personally would start with WG Gesucht. This is a platform for shared flats. So basically, anyone can live together. Now, in a shared flat, you will have your own room, but share a bathroom and a kitchen and maybe a living room if you have one with everyone. Most of the time, the people who live together didn't know each other at first. This is actually a very common type of living for students in Germany. I have only lived in shared flats in Germany as a student, and I love it. So on WG Gesucht, there is a good chance that you will find something, because directly before your semester starts, the very last semester of many other people will end, which means their rooms will become vacant. Now, the other big portal is ImmoScout24, which is not as popular for shared flats, but rather for apartments. So if you have a bit more budget, you could also think about renting an apartment and then subletting the rooms that you don't need and basically create your own shared flat. Or maybe you can find a small apartment for yourself. WG Gesucht and ImmoScout24 are only the most popular options. There are many more niche places that you should definitely try to find, because there are listings that not as many people see. So it is easier to get housing through these and also to find cheaper housing options. It really comes down to finding them, but as a starting point, WG Gesucht and ImmoScout24 are good options. Short-term housing options can be another option, because many times it is easier to get an Airbnb or a hostel for a while and then continue searching. This has the advantage of you being directly in the city already, and landlords and shared flats, they can meet you then, and they do prefer meeting people in person. Very important, I understand that you're stressed out, but still be careful about scams. A general rule of thumb, in most cases, you shouldn't pay any money before you have signed a contract and gotten your keys. If a landlord wants to have a reservation fee for reserving the apartment for you and tells you you'll get it back later, don't do it. In general, I would plan 2 to 3 months for finding an apartment, but if you don't have the time anymore, you really have to be strategic with the search and do everything you can to get housing. Now to the 3 truths. The first one, unfortunately, is to lower your standards for your first housing search. You'll probably pay a bit more than what you wanted to pay and live in a room that is less than what you hoped. But that's okay. That's how it is. You don't need to find the perfect place right now. You just need a place. And from there you can keep on searching and just cancel a contract whenever you found something new, which means you'll move out after 3 months typically, and then you get to the next one. Second one, you need to be fast. I mean, really fast. In bigger cities, landlords can get more than 100 applications just within 1 day after posting the listing. So really optimizing everything is important, so that you're at the top of their inbox to increase your chances of the landlord reading your application. They will just read through maybe the first 30, select the best 5 out of them to talk to, and then select only the one that they like the most. Now, the third truth, you really have to write great letters to get a response. You have to make a good impression, be relatable and personable, and be specific about the apartment and you, and whether it really is a fit. This is a letter an Indian friend of mine sent out to several landlords. This is not a bad email, but it isn't a great one, and therefore she didn't get any response. So again, be open to living in a place that is not your dream place, at least for a while. Then really optimize everything to be fast and be on top of the inbox of the landlord or shared flat. And really work on customizing and improving your application letters, because this is what ultimately makes the difference. In the rental roadmap, I explain everything step by step and in more detail. I'm covering how exactly to write letters to shared flats and to landlords to get responses. I'm covering what documents you should attach, because many people forget about this. I'm covering how you can be as efficient as possible and as fast as possible with finding new listings and applying with a personalized letter, so that you're further up in their inboxes, which makes it more likely that your message will be read. You can check it out by clicking on the first link in the video description. I also just recorded a new chapter about how you can find smaller niche housing portals that most people don't consider, where there is less competition and it is easier to find cheaper listings. And in addition, I added another lesson where I looked at the application application letter that the Indian student had sent to several landlords but didn't even get a response. I'll go into detail about what has to change about the letter. Otherwise, there's only a little chance that you'll even get a response. As I said, with the right information and some effort, I believe anyone can get housing. So really do your best and put some effort in. I'm rooting for you. Keep growing.